Oh, college football week 5. We are here, and there are no Ducks this week 5 because it's their bye week. I mean, you guys are probably getting sick and tired of seeing my Ducks reactions all the time. Most of the time. Who said it? Okay. Navy versus Memphis. This is a game to me that could go either way, but I'm going with Memphis. Duke versus Virginia Tech. I'll go with Virginia Tech. I mean, let's be for real. Duke's a basketball team. I'm sorry. Penn State and Maryland. Maryland has had upsets over the years. Mostly Texas. But Penn State wins. San Jose State versus Air Force. I'm going with San Jose State. Arizona State versus Cal. To me, it could go either way. And I think Arizona State wins. I think they pull up the upset. Buffalo versus Miami, Ohio. Buffalo. BYU versus Toledo. Another game that could go either way, but I'll go with BYU. Central Michigan versus Western Michigan. I'm going with Western Michigan. I just feel like, even though it's one of those games I think could go either way, but I'll go with Western Michigan. Holy Cross versus Syracuse. Kansas versus TCU. For once, this is the game that Kansas can prove they're serious, but they're not because they're just a basketball school. That's it. TCU. Can't speak. MTSU versus Iowa. Northern Illinois versus Vanderbilt. Should be. Northwestern versus Wisconsin. Rutgers versus Michigan. Texas A&M versus Arkansas. Texas A&M. Texas Tech versus Oklahoma. This could be an upset. It could. But I'm going with Oklahoma. Delaware versus Pittsburgh. Acorn versus UMass. Oh, God. Can we get a tie, please? Oh, no. UMass. Clemson versus North Carolina. Clemson. Coastal Carolina versus Appalachian State. Florida Atlantic versus Charlotte. Florida Atlantic. Georgia Tech versus Temple. Georgia Tech. Indiana versus Michigan State. Iowa State versus Baylor. Iowa State. Minnesota versus Purdue. Ole Miss versus Alabama. Now, this is Ole Miss time. Not really. Alabama wins. USC versus Washington. This is a game to me where it could go either way. But USC is so difficult to understand. 1 minute they beat a top 10 team like they did against Utah. Then the other, they just lose to BYU. This is a tough one. And it's going to be at Washington, so I'll go with the Washington Huskies to win this game. But I wouldn't be surprised if USC just pulls some sort of bull crap like that again. Virginia versus Notre Dame. Now, Notre Dame, I told you. They're not going to beat Georgia. No. Because Notre Dame, they're somewhat done, but another loss would mean they could be completely done, but the chances are slim. I can't see Virginia go into Notre Dame and beat Notre Dame. There's no way that's going to happen. I'm going to go with Notre Dame. Wake Forest versus Boston College. I'm going with Boston College. SMU versus South Florida. SMU. Townsend versus Florida. Cincinnati versus Marshall. Cincinnati. Arkansas State versus Troy. East Carolina versus Old Dominion. Louisiana versus Georgia Southern. Another game to me that could go either way. Not even close. Louisiana. New Mexico versus Liberty. Connecticut versus UCF. Kansas State versus Oklahoma State. I'm going to go with Oklahoma State. Louisiana Tech versus Rice. Mississippi State versus Auburn. At this point, Auburn's somewhat proven to us that what we got on this quarterback, we're winning games. And so far, it's kind of true. They have been winning games. And a couple of upsets, really. I mean, they upset Oregon. I mean, many people will be like, beating Texas A&M's not an upset, but the truth is that Texas A&M was favored in that game over Auburn. And what their quarterback has been proving, Bo, they got a bright future if he stays for another 4 years. Well, the next 3 years after this season, if he decides to. I'll go with Auburn. but in a struggling game. Nicola State versus Texas Tech. Nicola State. South Alabama versus Louisiana Monroe. I'm going with South Alabama. Stanford versus Oregon. Oregon State. You know, if Stanford loses to Oregon State, Stanford's the worst team in the Pac-12 then. Stanford wins, though. UAB versus Western Kentucky. UAB. UTEP. I'm going with South Miss. I'm going with Southern Miss. Southern Miss. Colorado State versus Utah State. Utah State. Kentucky. I'm so Connecticut. Stupid me. Kentucky versus South Carolina. Kentucky. NC State versus Florida State. NC State. Ohio State versus Nebraska. This is where Nebraska can prove that they are legit. So, Ohio State. Fresno State versus New Mexico. Fresno State. Houston versus North Texas. North Texas. I'll still pick North Texas. UNLV versus Wyoming. Washington State at Utah. I'm going to go with Utah. And Mike Leach will be on the hot seat pretty soon. Hawaii versus Nevada. UCLA versus Arizona. I'll go with Arizona. Well, I'm pretty much, yeah. That's for our next video. What do you guys think? Who wins one? Leave a comment down below. Hit the like button, share it with your friends. Subscribe for more videos like this one. This is TGTV Tank Mode signing off. For now.